Chopper, Galley, you are cleared for approach.
Jericho Stewart. He's in and out of prison more than half his life. He's got no impulse control. He's unable to calculate the consequences of his actions. He has a total lack of empathy for anybody or anything. He feels nothing.
Kevin, what an honor to meet you.
Well, thank you.
You've done some of my favorite films in the past, so I'm very excited to meet you. And Criminal, it's great to see you back in a lead role and with an amazing lineup, an amazing cast. You, Ryan Reynolds, Gary Oldman, Tommy Lee Jones. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
But you've obviously worked with Tommy and Gary back in, what was it, 1991?
I think in JFK.
Yeah. So what was it like being back on set with those guys again?
Well, I needed them because there wasn't a lot of rehearsal, and the scenes that we were having to do were very complicated, you know, and it's like, how do we all find our space with that rehearsal? How do we make a scene come alive? And because they're such pros, it just made it a lot easier. We wouldn't have been able to kind of do it, and because of that, there's 6 or 7 scenes in this movie that I think are really memorable.
Yeah.
I need you to remember.
I don't remember nothing.
I heard today there is a company founded by an ex-CIA agent who says they've developed software that could predict the future. And then you get a film like this where you're saying you can transfer the memories from a dead person to a live person. And it's kind of scary, all of this thing. Do you think this is something that is going to happen in the future?
I think so. They've tried it on animals, and they've proved that the animals can take on the memory of another animal, just actually go feed itself when it would have no possible way of knowing it had it not been introduced into them. So, you know, it always starts with animals. Does it make that leap to humans? We did for our big Leap of Faith movie.
Yeah.
You know, there was information that had to be taken from Ryan Reynolds and to track down someone that's a bad person, and they pick a bad person. Actually, they wish they would have picked a more heroic person. They even say so in the movie. Why couldn't we got somebody from SEAL Team 6? Instead we get this guy that's like been in isolation. So I'm hard to control out there.
You are, but you are a reluctant hero. Is that the right thing to call you in here? Because
yeah, I think by default you end up liking him more than the people that are controlling him, the people that are supposed to be good. You see that they're so willing to use people and throw them away. And it's true that I'm not a great person, but you know, the way they go about it, you start, I think, rooting for Jericho.
Yes, absolutely. But you've done, like I said, some amazing roles in the past, which we all love you for. The Bodyguard, Field of Dreams, possibly one of my favourite films ever in existence. So do you like being that iconic hero, or do you like these grittier kind of characters?
I like, when film works at its very best for me, it's when there's scenes that you'll never ever forget. And I think, having watched The Criminal, I think you'll say, there's some scenes in there that are, you know, that you just won't forget. And they might be the kind of scenes that surprise you. Maybe just even trying to open up a little medicine bottle. You know, he's been in prison. He can't open up a child's thing.
Yeah.
And you see the level of frustration in a guy that you know is very, very violent. And so I think sometimes when you describe the movie to people, you go, you just have to see him try to get a cup of coffee one time. He starts speaking languages that he doesn't even know, and he gets very happy. And then, of course, somebody spoils it for him, and then he goes right back to being the criminal.
He does, but it was quite violent in some places. And when you're having the brain surgery to put these memories in, do you find that difficult to watch on yourself?
I think everybody kind of starts to go, and you just go, no, 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 no. But it was important that when I came out of that, you see the level of violence that they did to me. It's not cosmetically covered up.
No.
I mean, he's a bit of a Frankenstein.
That is a perfect way to describe him.
Last chance, or they die.
There's too many lives at stake. They don't matter.
They do it to me. They messed with me. Thought they knew what they'd get.
that they were wrong.